Hello friends, welcome to Cool Tech for You. This brand new review of iPhone 7 Plus and Canon G9X Mark II. Let's see which of this camera outperforms the other. This should also give you an idea why you need a dedicated compact camera if you want to shoot great images or take good videos whenever you want to. Right now we are seeing two images shot from Canon G9X Mark II and iPhone 7 Plus. The image on my right is shot from Canon G9X Mark II. It's shot with ISO 640, whereas the iPhone 7 Plus one is shot with ISO 250. The iPhone does expose for a bit longer at 1/15th of a second, but the Canon G9X Mark II, due to high sensitivity and due to bigger sensor, takes only 1/30th of a second to shoot this image. Let's now zoom in to see what the quality is. I am impressed with the quality of iPhone 7 Plus. However, it is no match to the images shot from PowerShot Canon G9X Mark II. Now these images have been shot in only street light and during night, so there is supposed to be a lot of noise, and we see that in iPhone 7 Plus that the noise suppression has also led to loss of details. But in Canon we can clearly see that even the noise suppression does not suppress the details present. Granted that Canon is 20 megapixel camera, but iPhone 7 Plus is also a very good shooter, and in daylight we will see that it comes very close to Canon PowerShot G9X Mark II. Now switching over to the next image shot in the night, immediately we see there's a difference in the images shot from Canon G9X Mark II. It's a lot brighter, it's a lot cleaner. Let me just zoom in. Zooming in gives you a better idea which camera is superior. Right now we see that the Canon's image is quite smoother, it's clearer, and the iPhone's images contain a lot of noise. The color accuracy is also there with Canon, while the iPhone seems completely washed out. This image was shot at ISO 1600 on iPhone 7 Plus, whereas the Canon shooting at higher ISO at 3200 still manages to preserve a lot of detail. Just look at this car. Looking at this car, we can see the Maruti Suzuki logo is now visible in iPhone 7 Plus, whereas it is clearly visible in the images shot from Canon G9X Mark II. Next up, this is a fairly good lit scene, and we see that iPhone 7 Plus is catching up on the PowerShot Canon G9X Mark II because a lot of light is available for the camera. Here also, if we look closer to the detail, we will see the Canon G9X Mark II has captured a lot of detail as compared to iPhone 7 Plus, and this is consistently doing that at a higher ISO. Granted that at a higher ISO, the Canon G9X Mark II shot this at a longer exposure as compared to iPhone, but still the images have a lot of difference. In another image, again we see a lot of noise in images shot from iPhone 7 Plus. There's no clarity, the color seems to be faded, whereas the PowerShot Canon G9X Mark II keeps things punchier and detailed. Now coming over to the pictures shot in daylight. Daylight pictures are the strength of iPhone 7 Plus. It's got an amazing camera. Just looking at the detail captured over here in this flower, the iPhone comes very close, though it is being punched up in color saturation and contrast. The detail levels are almost similar. The bokeh level is good, but that's not as great as what Canon G9X Mark II offers. Again, a daylight image shot from Canon G9X Mark II and iPhone 7 Plus. Zooming in to the top of the image shot from Canon G9X Mark II and iPhone 7 Plus, we can see that there's a difference in color tone captured by both these cameras. Though in details, Canon PowerShot G9X Mark II outperforms iPhone 7 Plus again. Although this might be due to the 20 megapixel factor. iPhone 7 Plus has only 12 megapixel camera, but still the images do turn out to be a lot consistently good with PowerShot Canon G9X Mark II. Again, pets are a subject that a lot of us shoot, and during nighttime also we shoot a lot of pets. This gives you a comparison about the focus capabilities of both these cameras. Going in to see the details, we see the Canon has a lot less noise and the color reproduction is good. The iPhone seems to be warm and there's a lot of noise in the image due to the low availability of light. Now I'm going to be switching on to 4 sets of images shooting a same subject in different lighting conditions to give you an idea how PowerShot Canon G9X Mark II differs from iPhone 7 Plus and which camera is truly superior. Right now this is shot indoors and only window as a light source, and we see that iPhone 7 Plus performs phenomenally in this shot. And look at the noise, there's less noise, the image is text sharp, and there's color accuracy maintained even indoors. The iPhone 7 Plus, relying on the optical image stabilization, shot this image at 1/8 of a second at ISO 80. And now we move on to PowerShot Canon G9X Mark II. When we zoom into the picture, we see that this picture is also good and it is even better than one shot from iPhone 7 Plus. This is due to the large sensor that is deployed in Canon PowerShot G9X Mark II. The ISO is very high as compared to iPhone. The shutter speed is very high to compensate for any shake at 1/30th of a second. Even still, the level of detail that we get is phenomenal. Now comparing these beads around in this picture, we get a clear answer as to which camera is superior, and there's no surprises. PowerShot Canon G9X Mark II beats iPhone 7 Plus once again. Let's talk about this image shot indoors in good lighting from PowerShot Canon G9X Mark II and iPhone 7 Plus. Looking at the images, both the cameras have exposed differently, but if we look for the detail and the color accuracy, the iPhone 7 Plus is doing a phenomenal job. Keeping in mind that it has got a much smaller sensor and it's a mobile device and not a dedicated camera. But once you zoom into the image shot from PowerShot Canon G9X Mark II, you know that there cannot be any comparison of the image quality shot from PowerShot Canon G9X II with iPhone 7 Plus. It's superior. The texture of the image, the quality, the detail and the color reproduction is phenomenal. It's immaculate. But we see over here that the image shot from iPhone 7 Plus has highlighted this area a lot. This is due to lack of HDR. But iPhone 7 Plus is capable of HDR, so I shot an HDR shot, and this HDR shot is one of the greatest strength of iPhone 7 Plus against a normal camera. A normal camera like PowerShot Canon G9X Mark II does not have an HDR mode as good as an iPhone 7 Plus. We see that there's a lot of difference in HDR and non-HDR pictures of iPhone 7 Plus. But still, if you look closely, you see that the large sensor deployed in PowerShot Canon G9X Mark II gives it a far good dynamic range than the HDR images processed in iPhone 7 Plus can ever have. Right now we see over here that this image, which is not an HDR image from Canon PowerShot G9X Mark II, has a better sense of depth in it and is well lit, well exposed even than the HDR image shot from iPhone 7 Plus. Moving on to the strength of the iPhone 7 Plus. In this shot we see the same subject being shot in daylight. There's ample light available for iPhone 7 Plus to do the magic, and we see that iPhone 7 Plus has done a phenomenal job. It has got great details preserved in the face, and there's good bokeh. That is due to the f1.8 aperture of iPhone 7 Plus. But if we compare this image to the image shot from Canon PowerShot G9X Mark II, we see that the bokeh is even better in Canon PowerShot G9X Mark II. That is because of the big sensor deployed in the camera that not only gives it a good dynamic range, it also improves the bokeh size. The f4 bokeh of PowerShot Canon G9X Mark II is better than the bokeh produced at f1.8 by iPhone 7 Plus. To conclude this review, I'd like to say that smartphone cameras are great for everyday use. Like the iPhone 7 Plus is the very best at doing what it does. But if you want to take your image game or video game up a notch to that professional realm, if you want to extract more from your images in the same settings without sacrificing the portability option that you have, cameras with 1-inch sensors are the way to go. Dedicated cameras with 1-inch sensor cannot be outmatched with the quality that is produced from smartphone cameras, however good they get, because the image sensor size is small. My conclusion comes out to be that Canon G9X Mark II is the perfect tool to carry to take your camera game up a notch and not rely on your phone's camera for anything else other than the social media. As always guys, do like and share this video, subscribe to my channel, and comment on what you want to see next. Till then, this is me, Cool Tech for you, taking leave for the moment.